Hi guys, it's Tara with Tara's Take. Welcome back to my channel. For anyone who's a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I sure appreciate every single one of you. I mean that. I feel very humbled that you come along and you hang out with me here and have some fun with our craft, and I appreciate you very much. So today what we're going to do is we are going to have some fun with some fabric, some pieces, just, old lace and old handkerchiefs, anything you have. We are going to make fabric paper. Woo! Fabric paper. What is fabric paper? That's just paper with fabric glued to it, but it turns out really cool. And it can be used for a lot of things. You can use it for your ephemera. You can do envelopes, tags, pockets, journal cards. You can make. You could even use it on your covers for your journals. So yeah, it's cool. So I thought this morning I was watching some videos and I saw Pam and ran across this video and thought, that's my Inspire Me Day video. I want to do something that's simple, fun, straight to the point, but is going to be useful for everybody. I love stuff with fabrics and laces, and I figure most of you do too. So I went ahead and went through some of my goodies and pulled out some things. This is a piece from an old slip, stuff like this. It's a piece from an old, I want to say it's like a table cover. This is just an old strip of elastic, but it's kind of lacy with flowers. This is from an old slip. Got a bunch of old, I got these at Goodwill, and there's a ton of them in here. I got them at the Goodwill for like $2 in a bag, and they're just old handkerchiefs. Okay, so I had already stripped down the edges of these and took the lace for myself, and so I just kept the handkerchiefs for whenever. We got some sheer here. This is an old shower curtain. Isn't that kind of cool looking? And this is a shirt I got recently. I even used it for a journal cover. And most of the material we're going to use is super thin. Some of it I pulled, I'm not sure about, but I pulled it because it looked cool. We'll see. I may only use a little bit of it just to do some patching or whatever for fun. But most of what you want to use is going to be like thinner fabric, like the lace fabric, your shears, things that are going to be foldable and bendable, because you are going to want to use them in a journal. So you don't want it to be super, super thick. This material is probably as thick as I would go, these two. And they're not super, super thick. The ones that you can see through are going to be fun on the paper because the paper's got designs on it. You can use blank paper. You can use old mail, like old flyers that you get in the mail and the cards and stuff. But if you do use, I brought along like some, I had cut these down just a couple days ago, and these were 12 by 12s. I'd cut them down for something and couldn't use them all, and that's what I had left over. And then these are like some printouts of digi-kits off of Etsy I got, and I thought they'd be pretty as a background. Just kind of cool. I haven't used them in a journal yet or anything, so. And then I also brought along some 12 by 12 paper. But like I said, you can use plain white paper. You can use anything that is paper, okay? just grab yourself some paper. And so I'm going to go ahead and push these to the side and kind of get to work on cutting down a few strips. What I did want to say is you will need your glue stick if you have it. That would be preferable to a wet glue on this project. If you do not, of course, you can spread out your glue little by little and do it that way. But it's quicker with a glue stick, so I am going to use one. Yeah, so let's get started. And I'm just going to cut down some pieces here and even them out. This is an old shirt that was like in a box of stuff from someone I knew. And I thought that shirt wouldn't be, that cloth isn't a bad color, so I had saved it, and so here we are. We're going to use it on our paper fabric. Or fabric paper. It's basically going to be collaging onto pieces of paper. Okay, but I was watching her video, and I will link it down below, and it just inspired me. I thought, you know what, I would like to have some things pre-made out of some of that, and I think I could use it. So I decided to just come along, do a video, and bring you guys with me while I make some for myself. So I liked her idea. We're gonna make, hopefully I'll have enough time to do like a couple little things and make maybe a tag or some. One thing I liked that she did was what was it? Tabs for your books, you know, for your journal pages, and they were cute. And then some envelopes. She even did a second video. I haven't watched the whole. I just watched like a bit and piece of it, but there was another video that was for envelopes utilizing what she had made with the other video. So we might do something like that too. This was an old linen napkin. I got this at an antique store that was down in Tempe, Arizona. It was where I got my big blanket I lay out for when I do flip throughs and stuff with my journals, and whenever I do my listings I usually take my pics on top of that blanket. These came from there, and I got it. It was a whole bag of like 10 linen napkins, and they were only, I don't know, $5. They had a couple stains, you know, people didn't want them anymore kind of thing. This is an old curtain of mine. I have the set, and I thought, you know what, these could be used, so I kept them because I'm not using them on my windows anymore. And here they are, getting ready to be used. So I hope everybody's having a good day and that you're getting some crafting done. Let me know what you're into, what you're doing, what are your projects right now. I'd love to converse with y'all. I kind of wish I could do these live. I won't, but not yet at least. But that'd be kind of cool to be able to sit and talk with you guys. I don't really have the setup yet for that, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. So in yesterday's video, I updated you on my weight loss. I had lost 7 pounds. Okay, today I haven't lost any. I told my husband I'm not going to be discouraged because I held the loss, the 7 pounds. I'm sitting right where I was, which, you know, when you start a diet, you're going to lose that water weight, you're going to lose inflammation, weight, you know, from the water and stuff. So, you know, you don't really want to get too discouraged, because you're going to lose a lot at first and then it's going to slow down, which is good. That's healthy. So I told him I'm encouraged that I didn't wake up this morning and have a pound or 2 back on or anything, you know. But I've been doing really good. I had, for breakfast, I had oatmeal with strawberries, and what she has in the recipe, you cook the oatmeal in almond milk and water, and then you, once it's done to your liking, you know, your consistency you want it, then you stir in 2 tablespoons of almond butter, okay? And then after that, you put a cup of sliced strawberries on top. What I did was I took part of them and I stirred in my strawberries, and then I put some on the top. And it was very good. It was very good, I have to say. So far, other than me just adding my own little tweak on things, because I'm like that. I love to cook. I cook a lot. So for me to take a recipe at face value is kind of difficult. I have to add something to it. You know, I got to put my own spin on it a little bit. But her recipes are good. I must say, she's a good little cook. She's definitely got great recipes. So she actually has some cookbooks out by, like I said, her name is Isabel D. Price, and she also used to go by Isabel de Rios, I believe, de la Rios, or something like that. But if you just look up Isabel Price, you'll find like all her books online. And yeah, they sell her stuff on Amazon. And then of course she has, you can go to isabeldprice.com, and that will take you to the link for the diet program, and then also just for her program, you know, and things and books and stuff that she's done. So yeah, not bad. That's the update on the program. I don't want to call it a diet because, you know, in our day and age we know better than to use that word, right? I cut that one really crooked. You see that? I am so bad at cutting cloth. I told you guys I'm not a seamstress, and when it comes right down to it, I'm horrible. I'm just trying to get some strips here and leave a few squares and stuff and pieces to utilize, and then we'll get started on it. Here's a little bit of that stuff we used for the closure on our journal. And let's see if I can even attempt to cut this a little bit straight. There we go. We'll see. I even brought along some of my, gosh, I don't even know what you call it. The fun furs, those kind of things. I got batches of them off Etsy in a shop in different color schemes. And textiles and stuff, that I guess is what they call them, that kind of stuff. And I brought those along because I thought it'd be kind of cool to have maybe a couple of, you know, spots where I have a little fun fur or some type of lacy look, you know. And you can use lace on this. I mean, anything that's going to be comfortable to utilize after it dries, because, you know, once you get it glued to the paper, it's gonna be a lot stronger. It's gonna have some substance to it, and then you'll be able to, you know, fold it and stuff. But you don't want stuff you're using to be so thick. You know, like this shirt came from, you guys know the name by now if you've watched my videos, Dottie's Deals, here in Coolidge, her little shop. Yeah, it was a shirt I got that was there, and I thought it would make kind of pretty addition to something. So I'm doing better at cutting straight than I thought I would, actually. Right as I say that, my scissors catch and jag it. Anyway, so there we go. Just cut a couple of these. Hopefully I can make something that looks as cute as Pam did. You know, she just throws things on the page. It's kind of like I was saying yesterday about the collaging. You know, sometimes we want it to match, but we want it to be, you know, we don't want it to look like we were trying to match it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we get so worried we're not going to match that we're focusing way too much on the project and not enjoying it, for one thing. But the other thing is, if it doesn't come out just perfect, we're kind of bummed, you know. And instead of enjoying the eclecticness of it, or, you know, just the randomness of the page, and I think that's really part of the fun, especially on some projects. You know, you want to enjoy the random look that you get from what you put together in collaging. And this is basically collaging on paper with fabric. So I'm putting those in squares. I thought that might look cute, squared off on some pages. Okay, I gotta cut this side edge off. And you don't need to worry about, you know, you know, you don't have to copy what I'm doing. I'm doing strips because I kind of liked the way that looked, and she did it in strips, chunks, bits, pieces. I actually brought a couple of things, like I have, this is full of different, you know, material, laces, little strips of stuff, and then I've got this bowl over here that's also full of just strips of things, and I just thought, you know, I'll just use whatever. But you don't have to cut it in strips. You can cut it in pieces and do it however you want. It's totally up to you. Now what I do, I've been doing this lately with stuff that's kind of hard to cut evenly because it's slippery or whatever. And I watch it not work, but it usually does. I've been folding it into a smaller piece so that I don't have to stay straight for quite so long, and I find that works for me. So that's how I've been managing to cut a little bit better on fabric that has a bit of a temperament, you know, because if it's big and huge pieces, I get kind of lost in it sometimes. So this is that lace that came off of that dress I showed you guys. It was really cute. Which side's the front? I think it's this side. And so again, I'm going to do that. Just trim it down like that. Plus, then you don't have to cut, you know, nearly as long. You don't have to sustain yourself as long and you get that strip, which is what you're looking for anyway. Okay. This is from a slip, and it is super, super slippery. I'm just going to trim this little edge off here. Okay. So I'm trying to think of things to talk about. I'm not usually quiet. In real life, I'm actually not very quiet. But I don't want to bore you either, so let's see. I'm going to leave that one the way it is. This one, this I'm not sure about. I dyed this with food coloring. Look at it. What do you guys think? It didn't come out even at all. But I haven't used it, and I thought, well, maybe I'll use it today, you know, maybe. So I'm going to cut it down and see. I was thinking it might be too thick. It's just it's like a little cheapy lace placemat, and you know, it's nothing fancy, that's for sure, but I thought it was kind of cute. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting some things to paper here. One more cut. I do want to cut this sheer. Now this I bought recently, and I just thought it would look pretty on the page. So I cut a very small piece of it because I didn't buy a huge amount because it's sheer. I'm not going to use it throughout, but I had purchased this material that is a smoky lavender with like a deep vintagey ivory look. I don't know how to explain it. Looks kind of old by itself, and it's brand new cloth, but this lavender was the only lavender I could find that actually went with this fabric that I purchased. And so I went ahead and got some, but I couldn't really find a lot of stuff to match it. And I wanted, you know how I like to do a lot of different stuff, you know, on my journals. And so I was thinking that it might be pretty on one of our pages here. So we'll see. And we've got, let's see, we've got some handkerchiefs here. These are so old. And these right here, they came from, and I still don't really know, I've used them a couple times, but they were appliques off of a shawl that I got at Dottie Steele's. And I cut the shawl down, so here's the trim, and then this was attached as well. And these strings around the edge just come right out, so it's a perfect little applique. So yeah, I thought those were cool. But here's a bunch of old handkerchiefs that are super thin. So we'll see if we can use some of those. Okay, so I'm going to grab a piece of paper. I think let's do something with some of the blues first. This is just, you know, a regular piece of scrapbook paper. I'm going to take a drink of water. It's a regular piece of scrapbook paper, and nothing fancy. And I'm just gonna, the one thing you want to do is make sure you have something under you that you can use. You can even use a book that you don't mind throwing the pages away. I actually have some gluing pages from a book down here in my desk drawer. Let me see if I can get to them. And you can just put them underneath you, and that way you're gluing not onto your surface, but you're gluing onto those, and then you can throw them away, you know. I just tore these out of a book. I used the cover for a journal cover, and that's how I ended up having a stack of those. And so, yeah. Make your life a little easier. Anything to make our mess a little less. Make your mess less, right? So yeah, now what you want to do when you put your glue on, you want to make sure that you get it all the way to the edge, okay? So you want to go, as she said, around the world and make sure your glue is on the edge, okay? And I'm just going to grab, let's see here, one of these. No, not that one. Where's my strip? Here we go. I'm going to grab this strip here, and you just press it down, and it sticks good, okay? And then I thought, okay, get a little more glue going. And I kind of like this. I'm going to pull these strings right here though from the shear. I don't want those showing through. I'm going to stick this. This is out of that little box right here. And I have that one. And then when we're done laying them out, we'll go ahead and we'll do some trimming around the edge, okay? I don't know if this ribbon will work. It's kind of puckered a little bit. Yeah, maybe I'll pull this and just use this one here. This one's nice. And I'm just looking to see what else I have in here. I don't think I have a ton of stuff in there. I think I'm going to trim one of these and use a piece of, this one has some little flowers that are embroidered on the corners. So I think I'm going to trim me a piece of one of these. Okay, and I even think, let's see. I'm going to use an area here. Okay. I ordered me some new glue sticks, but I won't get those till tomorrow, and I wanted to do the video today with you guys. So, because Thursday is Inspire Me Day, and this was the video that inspired me this morning when I was watching the videos. I'm like, that's the one. I like that one. So I'm going to trim this real quick right there. Let's see here. There's a little piece of and I kind of like it when it folds, and if it folds up and stuff, if it's not totally smooth, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I think I'll do that one there. I'll do a shorter one there. Hopefully this video will turn out good enough that I actually publish it for you guys. Right now I'm kind of like, I'm not sure. We'll see. We shall see. You know how it is. People on YouTube, they have a way of making it look so easy, and then then you go to do it. And now I'm on YouTube going, okay, I want to make sure it looks easy, but that it actually turns out good. Y'all know what I mean. Let's see. I have a couple of really cool little, I guess they're threads in a way. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to throw something like this on. Let's see. And because like how this is pretty much covered, I mean, you can see like through here, you can see the paper, but on the whole, it's covered up, you know. You can use, like I said, you can use white paper and just cover the whole thing with cloth that you can't necessarily see through, or you can use mailings, junk mailings and stuff. I have no idea if this is even going to work. I'm trying this because I thought it would be cute. We'll see. But yeah, you can do junk mailings and whatever you want to use, and just put some different things on it that will make it so you can't see through it. So just depends on what you want to do with it. I love this shower curtain. When I saw it at Goodwill, I was like, ooh, that's cool. And I bought it. I just thought it was fun. And so, yeah. This is the first time, I think this is, maybe I've used it one other time, but I don't even remember. I don't think I have, actually. I know I cut a piece from it to use one time, and then I don't think I actually did put it anywhere. So it's the shower curtain debut. How do you like that? Yeah. And like I said, if it's a little bit bent or whatever, just kind of adds to the texture of your piece. Not a big deal. Make sure I got enough glue though. Make sure you lay down enough glue. These glue sticks aren't as strong. I'm hoping that they hold. I don't find them to be as strong as the Scotch brand. I do agree with Pam. I haven't tried the, is it the, not, what is it, the one that Gail uses? The U? I can't remember how you say it. But anyway, that yellow one with the blue glue inside the stick. Yeah, I haven't tried that one, but I know it must be pretty good because Gail uses it and loves it. But yeah, I agree with Pam on the fact that the Scotch is a really good glue stick. If you're looking for a good one that really holds everything pretty much, that's a good one. So I'm even trying to create a little bit of a look through there. I don't know if that's going to look good or not, but nah, I think I'll just smooth that one out. You can at least see the paper through it, so it's kind of cool. I wonder, that is a totally tacky look. Hey, let's do a piece of the linen. Let's do some linen here. Okay. And like I said, make sure that you get it on your edges, okay? You want to make sure that you cover the edging. Let's see here. You know, these are for me to use. And do you ever make stuff and, you know, and then just not use it? That's why I was saying it's not even so much about whether you guys like it or not. It's more about whether I end up liking it, because if I don't like it, I won't use it. And it'll just be a wasted effort and time and resources, and that irritates me. I hate when I make something and then I don't like it. So we'll see. I think it's kind of like any collage. Once you cut it down, it's going to have kind of a different effect and a different look, and it might be more appealing once I've cut this down. I was going to throw in a little fun fur here and see. Let me see. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. just for fun because I love it, and I look for ways to use this stuff. And I don't always use it. It's kind of sitting in there, and I paid good money for it. I kind of like to stop hoarding it. I don't know how good it's going to stick, but now you can also do some sewing on these after they dry, if you want to. I know she showed a couple of the envelopes, and one of them she had sewn, and it looked really cute. So, you know, whatever you think, whatever you want to do is going to be good. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I have this. I want to use some of this. Now this is a calico cloth that I absolutely love. It's, I think I got it at Walmart. It's like maps and stuff. I did a folio out of it that I gave when I first started junk journaling. I gave this folio to a young lady here in Coolidge that I had met. She's an artist, and it was the cutest thing, and I did it with this cloth, and I just love this cloth, and I've been looking for an excuse to use it again. Today I was like, oh, I can put it on something. So yeah, we're putting it on this. So okay. And so once you get everything glued down, I'm kind of going over these little, oops, see, mine's out. I knew it was about to run out. That's why I went out and got one yesterday. So we're all set. We got a new one. Yay, we don't have to stop. But anyway, I've been kind of, as you've probably watched me, if something's overlapping, I'm just going along and kind of gluing it down. Okay, let's see. All right. I hope this ribbon holds. Kind of like the shine of it right there. So yeah, now we're going to trim it. Let me, if I can pick it up. And I'm going to flip it to do that because I can see it. Oh, look at our, and these can just be thrown away now because those are our glue pages, which I was getting it all over my mat anyway, so I guess it really didn't matter much. But yeah, now you can start trimming. And we could even do with these smaller pieces, we could do another one with like a little patchwork, you know, that would kind of be the same color scheme, but a different look. What I need to get on here and do with you guys that I haven't done in a while, and I need to make some, is some snippet rolls. I need some new snippet rolls out of paper, and then I also love to do snippet rolls with cloth, and then like button snippets, like put on top of. I like to do the cloth snippet roll on top of paper, and then do button snippets to decorate on top of that. And it really comes out looking kind of cute. It's super, super old-fashioned looking and vintagey, and I enjoy those. So I'm hoping to, on a craft with me day, just, you know, sit down and make some of those. And if you guys want to hang out and join me, then that'd be great. I really would appreciate it. So there's our first one. I'm not hating it. I think it's actually kind of cute. I think right here I need a little bit of glue because this piece here is coming up. But let me know in the comments below, do you love it, hate it, you know, don't care? What do you think? What do you think? This sheer, I was worried about that sheer sheet slip is kind of doing a little run on the sides, but I actually like it. And what she did was she like took them and cut them, you know, into journaling cards, tags, like I said, little tabs for your journal pages. And the one I really liked was the envelopes, and this side is coffee dyed, so I don't actually have to do anything to that. So yeah, there's our first one. I hope you like it. Moving on, let's do a little bit different color scheme. I'm gonna keep some of these, like I said, because I might use them. These are just really snaggly though. I'll get rid of the super tiny pieces here. Now what I was thinking was to do one that is more, I want to do one with some reds, and I'd like to do one with just some laces and white, you know, and one with maybe some reds and black, and then maybe a pink one. We'll see if we get that far. How far are we in time? Where am I? My phone is, oh gosh, we're already at 35 minutes. Okay, well, we only have a few more to do. I mean, a few more minutes to go then. All right, let's see. I wanted to do, I'm going to use this, okay? And I am going to, I think I'm going to use a piece of this 8 by, because I don't want to make it a 12 by 12. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this, not with these scissors or not. I'm going to cut this down. It's a really big deal to me not to use my fabric scissors with paper. I always end up doing that and messing up my scissors. And I decided when I got this pair that I would not do that. And so thus far, I've been good, and I have stopped myself every time I've started to do it. I'm like, no, once you do it once, you'll be like, you know, and you'll do it again and again. Not a good idea. Yeah, so anyway, these, I thought this was kind of pretty, so I'm going to use it for the darker pieces here, and I wanted to do, yeah, and I think, yeah, no, I think I'm going to go this way, and if you can see through anything, it's going to show sideways, so it'll be the opposite. I think that might be fun. So we're going to start. Just stick down some material here. I hope you guys are joining me, and you're just, you know, because you can always pause the video and get your stuff ready and then come alongside and just have fun doing some decorating on paper. Okay. I had some, yeah, I had some black here. Now I only brought like one piece. I know I have more of it, but I'm going to try to salvage another piece of this for the, well, probably won't be much, but we'll see. Yeah. I actually can pause it and go find it. I have it someplace. Gosh, this paper's trying to curl on me. The other paper didn't do that. Okay. Let's lay out some of this sheer here. See, like right here, you'll be able to see through the material. Little netting material that we used. I love that stuff. And I also think I have, if I'm not mistaken, I have, yeah, this will be pretty on here. Some more of, somebody in the comments, tell me, what is it called again when we have this, all this stuff? I know the word and I cannot for the life of me think of it. Sonia, let me know. I can see it in my head. In Etsy, they always list it as, I probably said it a little earlier and I can't remember now what it was. I hope this sticks because I like that. It's pretty. And then I was thinking this pink lace would look nice. I'm going to build around it, and then I'll come back and lay out some stuff on the sides here. Yeah, it's this side. I love lace and anything that looks lace. I know all of us do. That's why we do what we do, stuff like that. We love it. So I don't know how good it's going to stay down, but I'm going to try. You know what, I figure I'll get those other glue sticks tomorrow, and if it doesn't hold perfectly for me, I'll grab them and redo the parts that come up, and I'm not going to worry about it. I can always fix it again, you know what I mean? I'm going to use a little more of this. I kind of like that. Look cool. I do know how to make this stick. If I just use some of my art glue here, this will work. Just run it thin line here for it. It'll definitely hold with this stuff on here. I know those colors are right on top of each other, but I wanted another piece of this furry yarn. Okay. Let me see. I'll do another piece of this. A little bit more of this, a little bit of that. I should get a dry wipe and just press on that. Do I have any? Yes, I do. That should help. Okay. I hope you guys like this. I think, you know, the sky's the limit on this kind of thing. You can do whatever you want. I mean, you really can just let your imagination flow and try it out. If it doesn't work, try something else, you know. Don't be intimidated. Be brave with this kind of thing, because you never know what you're going to end up having that you just love, you know. And I think that's the whole point of what we do with our craft, is to explore our creativity. You know, I mean, I know there's lots of reasons why people do the art that they do. For me, this form of art, everything else I do, and I do a lot of other things, but I've mentioned to you, like my paintings, I can paint, but I can't always paint. I can't always sit down and train you like a Jennifer, or like a Jenna Rainey, or, you know, somebody who is online who is a professional artist who's trained them. So I'm not that type of painter. I can paint when I want to paint. Now, I can always crochet. I can teach you how to crochet, that's for sure. But, you know, I can't always sew. I can't always do those things right. Drawing is another one I'm not always good at. Sometimes my drawings are like, wow, I can't believe I drew that. And then, you know, but for the most part, it's like, no, that's not good. This one's really, really crooked. I'm going to do that, and then I'll just put another piece next to it. So I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, with this art form, it's so wonderfully, as I've said before, imprecise and fun, and you can explore any avenue you want with it, and you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to even be that great. You just need to have a little bit of creativity and a little bit of willingness to have some fun, and you're there, you know, and that's cool. I'm going to square that off a little more. And I like, you know, I'm a firm believer in what Tina always says, you know, when you start out and you're looking at something and you're thinking, this don't look good, do not give up. Keep going. Keep adding things to it. Keep trying different things, because there's a definite chance that you're going to end up loving that piece. When it's all said and done, it is going to surprise you. And so, yeah, this black lace would look pretty here. So, I know I have a bunch of strings hanging off right there, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm sitting here telling you guys not to worry, so I am not going to either. I'm just going to press it down, and where it doesn't have glue, I'm going to put some. Okay. So today for lunch, I'm having a leftover from last night's dinner, and I am so looking forward to it, and I didn't think that it was going to be good, but it turned out to be delicious. It's a chicken, bell pepper, quinoa, like skillet fry. It's got, oh gosh, what did it have in it? It had, of course, that quinoa, it had bell pepper and chicken and zucchini And no onion, which was surprising, but it didn't need it. It didn't need it. It was delicious, and that is my lunch. I'm so excited. You get really excited about lunch when you know you're not going to eat for a while. So yeah, lunch is extremely exciting now. Every meal is. I will say that the hardest part for me, I'm a nighttime snacker. How about you guys? I like to snack at night. And for me, saying at dinner time, that's my last thing I'm going to eat. And for this first 4 weeks, like I said, the first 4 weeks of this is much harder than the rest of it. Because once she gets you past the part where you're really craving a bunch of junk, you know, and gets you to where you're ready to actively do what you've been taught in the first 4 weeks, then you start to get more freedom. And so that looks good there. I'm going to put that there. This is just a piece from an old shirt of mine that I just found in this box over here. So, but yeah, so once you get past that first initial part of the program, you know, I think you're probably home free in a way, because then things start to open up and you're allowed stevia and honey, and you know, you still have to, and it's not a calorie count thing. She teaches you, that's something I noticed today. I'm relearning, that's not that I never knew, but I'm relearning how to acknowledge a true serving of food. I don't know about you all, but for me, to be told, you know, this is a serving, I go, that's a serving? Yeah, I'm kind of like, my mother was a feed the army type of mom. She always, and there was only 4 of us, and she would cook for an army. And I grew up kind of cooking for an army myself, even though I didn't need to, and always had tons of leftovers, you know, which was good on the next night, but at the same time, I was feeding, you know, people too much food on their plate. My late husband even said to me often, honey, I don't need this much food. So, but my dad was he was a really big eater. So to me, that was normal, you know, to eat that much. And my husband now, he's not a big guy, thank goodness. He's not super overweight. He's got a few pounds on him, and he's excited about eating better too. But he can eat. Boy, can eat. And so I can cook pretty, you know, however I want, and he's satisfied with it. So yeah, I'm relearning how to really say, okay, this is all we need, and this will be my lunch for tomorrow, you know. So yeah, what I've been doing is, if she has it set at 2 servings, I'm increasing it to 4 servings, and I'm giving him, because he works out in that heat all day, he's very tired, and he works hard, he works physically, you know, a physical job, so he does not need to get a little half a cup, you know, 1 cup serving of food. What I've been doing is making it, ooh, look at that one, you guys, I like that one, that's pretty. I've been making it so that he gets 2 servings, and I have 1, and then the serving that's left over is my lunch for the next day. So it's working out pretty good so far. Now that is bugging me, because there's like a spot right there. I wonder, you know what, I could, let me see here, I could put something, well, that's too bright. I guess I could just live with it and not worry about it, but it's going to bug me. You know, I'll probably figure out something for it, even if it's just like a strip of something like that. Let me see, can I add a little piece of lace right there? That'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah, I've been making it so that it's 4 servings, and that way he gets his serving, his 2 servings, I get my 1, and then I have 1 for lunch. And it's working pretty good. So far, so good. So yeah, if any of you, you know, wonder what a serving is, it's a good program to learn that on. Or you can just Google it, of course, but you know, sometimes we need to be accountable. That was one thing I liked at the beginning of this program, is she says in the book, you know, people have a tendency to make commitments to other people and be able to keep them. But it's hard to keep commitments to ourselves and even to God sometimes. And in this, at the beginning, she has you sign a commitment to yourself. And for me, I looked at it as a commitment to the Lord as well. And I guess, I'm being pretty transparent. I hope that's okay. But I really wanted this to be, this plan for me to be about learning how to love my body, love the temple that I live in, and to respect not just my body that God has blessed me with, that I obviously have not respected enough through my lifetime, but to also respect the Lord and stop taking advantage or taking for granted what He's given me. So that's really what this whole program for me is about. And it's not about how much food I'm getting or not getting. I'm going to take a drink of water, guys. Anyway, so let me see what time we're at. Okay, we have a few more minutes. What do you think of that one? Now, see, this is kind of pretty, right? And you can do anything with this. I really liked her envelope idea. It was really cute. So I think, because I love to make envelopes that are super simple, I'm going to do that with this one just for fun. Okay, it's not completely dry, so I may mess it up. I hope not, but I'm going to go ahead and smush this down. This is the one I like right now. I like the blue one too, but I love these colors, and I haven't done anything with red in a long time. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold these down, and I'm just going to go to the point where I still have a little space between, okay, the top and the opening of the envelope, because I don't want to totally fold it over. Yeah, I'm totally going to have to push down some of this, but it's holding pretty well. Okay, and smush that down, and then I am just going to cut this right in the center and make two little envelopes out of it. Look at that. Let me see, my folding is a little bit off. I think I need to go down a little further, just a slight bit, to make it look straight. Okay, let me see. It looks pretty good. Okay, and I'm going to trim this edge here because I do see it flaring out a little bit. Okay. Look, is that? It's possible. Yeah, here. Let me do that again. If you see your fold is off, if you've worked with paper long enough, you know what I'm talking about. But if you see your fold is off a little bit, just give it a little tug toward the direction you want it to be, and then pull with the bone folder or your scissors away from that, and it'll straighten that line out as best you can. Like this one is just slightly, I can still see that it is slightly off. So I'm going to go ahead and go from the base and trim all the way to the end. Okay. All right, there we go. That's good enough. And then, of course, to make it an envelope, it's super simple. And because this is that darker cardstock, we already have. You can even line this on the inside with some book pages and make it really cute, or some music notes, some sheet music. Also, something that you can do is, and I might do it with the other, you can sew, of course. Oh gosh, I lost my thought. I was going to tell you something. Where's my dry wipe? Oh, here it is. What you can also do is you could do some stamping on the inside so that it shows, just to give it a little bit of, flair. But yeah, there we go. And what I'll probably do is do like a tie around with some twine or some pretty thread, or I might even use some of, something like that as just for fun and have it like in a bow. Or you could also, when you're folding, I went up a little high. You could bring it down a little bit lower, and then you could bring this down a little lower, and you could put Velcro. You know, so there's options. You could even do a policy closure. That would be really cute. I might do that. So yeah, there's an envelope. And then this envelope, let's see. I'll tie this, will go up. I like this. Now I'm going to have to do a journal that this will match in. You know, you can trim it down if you want that to be lower, but I don't mind it being up that high. But yeah, you can do all kinds of, oh, that's what I was going to say. You can actually also use book page to do the collaging with your fabric on top of, and that looks really pretty. You can use some old vintage book page, and then the fabric, of course, just strengthens the book page. The other thing you can do on top of fabric, now probably not the fuzzy stuff, but I've done it a lot, and it makes you have a real nice leathery feel to your project, is you can use, of course, Mod Podge. After you do, like, say, if I wanted to seal this down and give it a nice, because I like to use satin Mod Podge. Everybody's different. I use matte too, but mostly I use Mod Podge with the satin sheen. That would look really cool on here, and then it would make it feel really strong and leathery, so it would make really cool envelopes. I've done that before and made envelopes with it, and I love them. They felt so neat in my journal, you know. They were a highlight. So Mod Podge is awesome. So there's 2 envelopes, and there's our other page we made. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was super easy, and just a fun way to use up some fabric strips and to use up some paper, and also it's a fun piece of ephemera for your journal. Now this will look beautiful decorated. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Be blessed, and thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. Take care. Bye.